When your friend or family member has a communication problem, it can be really difficult for them to get their message across or for you to have a good conversation. There are a few things you can do, however. Here are our top tips.
What's happening around you can have a big impact on the conversations you have. Some things we have the ability to change. Try reducing any distractions. Is the television or radio on? Try turning them off. Sometimes the smallest things can make the biggest difference. When you are out in public, sometimes it can be difficult if there is lots of noise. Are you able to move to a quieter room or away from the noise? Lots of noise and chatter can be distracting. Another thing that can help is thinking about your positioning with your conversation partner and the lighting in your environment. Are you able to sit opposite to your conversation partner and in good lighting? Conversations will involve 2 or more people. It is important to give each other time to reply and take turns in contributing to your conversation.
What's Benidorm like?
It was good.
Where'd you fly from? I flew from Birmingham, I did. Well, you can go from Cardiff. There's no point. And it costs you more for the minibus then as well, so...
Parking.
I know, yeah, I know. And the flight is only like, what is it, an hour and a half? Hour and 45 minutes, something like that. But it's worth it then when we get there, because we had a fantastic time to do.
Yeah, it was.
I loved it, I did. I loved it. I'd go back tomorrow. How was Benidorm?
It was good, thank you. I flew from Cardiff and parked my car in Cardiff.
Good. Who did you go with?
Flew with EasyJet because it was the cheapest.
Was the weather okay?
The weather was fine, had a few cloudy days, but mostly fine.
Would you go back there?
Yeah, we had a good time, enjoyed ourselves on the beach and enjoyed the bars.
Good.
Conversations can sometimes be difficult to follow if the topics change quickly or the words used are very complex.
Lots to do. We go right shopping list, we gotta get stuff for the party on Saturday. You need the decorations to sort out, food to cook. We've got lots going on this week, haven't we? Need to get up to Georgia and Wells, help them up there in the house. They're going to be having their bathroom done, so they're going to want us to help them there sort all that out.
Stick to one topic at a time and keep sentences short. Think about the words you are using. Is there a simpler way of saying the same thing?
It's the party Saturday, so what do we need to do?
Do some shopping.
So you write a shopping list?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do list.
So we're going to go and help Georgia and Will at the house with the decorating and the painting. Are you okay to do that?
Oh yes, painting.
Are you okay to do that?
Yeah.
Although you may need to simplify your speech, make sure you keep things natural for you. The main aim is for your conversation partner to get their message across. If you know what they're talking about, there is no need to test them. Communication is not all about speech. We use so much more. Use body language, use gesture. You can still get your message across with all of those things as well. Using gestures can really help support you getting a message across, and encouraging your conversation partner to do the same can also really help them get their message across. Where possible, try and use things like photos or objects from around the house. That can really help to solidify your message. Another great method is always make sure you've got a pen and paper handy. That will allow your communication partner to write or to draw, and this can help them to communicate their message also.
Sometimes it will be difficult to communicate and this can be frustrating. If you don't understand what your partner is trying to say, be honest with them. Is there another way that they can convey what they're trying to say, such as through gesture, writing, drawing? Can they talk around the word that they're trying to say? If they've been seen by a speech and language therapist, the therapist will be able to help them with this. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, this may be too difficult. Reassure your partner that you know they are trying to say something important and you can come back to it later.
If you find your speech isn't clear at times, there are a few different things you can try. Slow down and take a deep breath. Try to over-exaggerate the pronunciation of your words, and try to increase your volume without shouting. Keep a pen and notepad handy so you can write down key words or the first letter of the word. If writing is difficult, you may find an alphabet chart easier.
There is nothing wrong with silence. Sometimes when people hear silence, all they want to do is keep on talking. Be comfortable with silence. Because if the person you're talking to has difficulties with their communication, that silence may be all the time they need to think of the word or to think of a gesture to help them get their message across. We need to remember that having a communication difficulty can be extremely frustrating and extremely tiring. Sometimes we can participate in activities that don't rely on speech at all.